You're now listening to the Sneaker Box.
Oh shit alert, Louis clothes, call it when it's Louboutins and Gucci shows. Well, I guess that goes my Louis shows. More oh shit.
Yo, what's up? Detroit is definitely in the building via headphone stereo speakers. This is the Sneaker Box Show, and of course, I'm your host, the African Caesar, and it's just two of us. Just the two of us.
Ha! Gay!
I don't know if that song should imply.
I
don't know about.
That's the only song I can think of off the top of my head.
I need you to come with something better.
That's the pause of the day so far.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
I'm rusty. I'm knocking off the rust.
It takes two to make the thing go right.
What?
Yeah. So first on C's, and then we got the contrarian of the show, Geeno.
Yo.
A lot has happened. I got in trouble. Kind of, sort of.
I mean,
I wouldn't say I got in trouble. I would say I started trouble.
I don't think you necessarily started trouble. I think you just said what it was on everybody's mind.
No, we got to get into it. But first, make sure you check out our social media. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at TSB_show. Follow us on Instagram at the SneakerBox_show. And then go on Facebook and simply look up the Sneaker Box Show page. Make sure to check in with your sneaker comments and questions by leaving us a message on our new voicemail hotline at 313-444-8585. We will go through and try to respond to each message in a future episode. Real quick, we haven't done this, I don't know how long, but I'm very, 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 very happy to have this finally. It is the Fab 5 sneaker releases of the week.
Well, we had it last week.
Yeah, we kind of we got through two shoes.
We pieced it together. You know what I mean? Like
if
if
we count the entirety of the Dawnbreaker collection, that's well over 5. So
I wouldn't have put any of them on the list.
Why? Because first of all, I think you're gonna laugh how I edited last week's show. By the way, speaking of,
I gotta remember I can look over there.
I know.
Yeah, that's gonna take some getting used to.
By the way,
it exists.
I gotta mention, because everybody's like, "Where's the fucking show?" And I'm like, "Dude, calm down." I grossly underestimated the editing process because I wanted to drop the audio and the video at the same time. Could have been dropped the audio, but then it's like, well, I'll watch the video. So it might be a 2 for this week. You get 2 episodes.
Hey man, you got a lot of dope fiends that's fiending for some dope.
They are fiending.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
So with that being said, hopefully I can put a rush on this week's show and then drop them both. And, make everybody happy. Okay. Number 5. And you know what is funny too? Now I think about it before I get to the top 5. Like how, get back into doing the show and whatever. And I'm listening to the show and I'm doing all this editing. The amount of ums that I do, it was annoying me listening to it.
We know that, you, killed Lois.
Two things annoy me. The amount of ums I did and that Paul George segment going way longer than it should have. Like shout out to
PG-13.
Yeah, no, Paul George does not demand that much time on any podcast, including his own.
Oh.
So
wow,
those two things annoyed the hell out of me.
His podcast is at least named after his initial.
What's the name of his podcast again?
Isn't it like Podcast P or something like that?
He's so creative. All right,
Paul George, you let us know what it is. How about that?
I don't care. I don't. Number 5, we got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Special Edition Puma MB01 Baxter Stockman. That's probably my favorite shoe out of the whole collection.
I feel like you could have put any of them.
Really? I know you like the entire collection. I wasn't really feeling the collection. The Baxter Stockmans were okay.
No, that one's fire. They're all fire. All of them.
Because we've said this before, I feel like that shoe should be exclusively in kid sizes. I don't see an adult wearing those shoes and pulling it off.
Remember the SpongeBob? What was that Kyrie 2s or Kyrie 3s?
I hated those.
You hated them.
I hated
those.
Yeah,
people ate those up.
Grown
ass men ate those up.
Because remember those? Remember back in the day, people would do custom Dub Zeros and had the SpongeBob.
SpongeBob,
graphics.
yeah.
That's what it takes me back.
Those
to.
weren't custom.
I
Who sold you that shoe, boy? Tell on him. Mike didn't approve that shit. Boy, they did not have that shoe in no foot. Like, y'all, they took 4 different mics, put them together, and put that man on that shoe. Snitch on that?
Yeah, you give them way too much credit.
Yeah, if you buying sneakers from the middle section of the mall, those what are they called again?
Kiosks.
Yeah. They're not legit.
I don't know if people were getting those from there.
People getting.
I think they just get them from the trunk of somebody's car.
Now, back in our day, you would get burnt CDs.
Yes.
Digital belt buckles.
Yes.
And fake Dub Zeros.
Yes.
Kiosks.
Those were all must-haves.
Yeah.
For some people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And or perfume and cologne.
Well, you got that from the magazine.
By the way. Would you just take the piece of paper and just rub it in there? That is a level of poor that I do not know.
There was that, and then every so often what you do is you go to Macy's. And you just
sample the shit out of everything.
You just get all of the samples.
Just come out smelling like a combination of everything.
Hey, look. So as soon as you about to go out at night, you ready. You got your shit on. You good.
Oh my God, it smells like there's nothing worse than smelling like somebody just took a bath in cologne.
My God, what is that smell? Oh.
That's the smell of desire, my lady.
God, no, it smells like a used diaper filled with Indian food. Oh, excuse me.
You know, desire smells like that to some people.
What is that? It smells like a turd covered in burnt hair.
Smells like Bigfoot's dick.
I mean,
that's just the worst thing.
I know some things smell worse than that. At least that's fragrant.
Yeah, I gotta say, I know this is a sneaker show. We will get the shoes in a second. The worst smell I ever smelled was at work, walking past the women's locker room. I don't know what they did in there and how they did it. All I know is I didn't want them to do it no more. That shit, I almost quit my job. Like, I almost walked out. Like, I don't want to walk past that.
I just want you to know my mind went to about 3-4 different things that probably took place in that locker room.
Man, it smelled like a seaside dock.
Well, this is Chrysler. Well, formerly Chrysler.
Like Joe's
we talking about, right? It's formerly Chrysler. We talking about, right? Yeah, I mean, it's just orgies everywhere there.
No, this would never happen to Stellantis. This is
Stellantis.
Yeah, Stellantis.
That's upscale.
Never, right?
Yeah, they wouldn't allow such tomfoolery.
We have butlers that wait, that would never happen. Number 4, we have the New Balance 9060 snakeskin. These are actually pretty dope. I'm not sure if they came in my size, contrary to what was said in the last show. Anything that makes the list is in my size.
I was definitely about to say that must be why you put them up there, because I saw them and I was like, it's okay.
No, because here's the thing.
I don't like that silhouette.
I get you.
Yeah.
The thing I appreciated about it is it's very easy to go out of control when you use snakeskin. You have to use it in such a way where it doesn't overtake the shoe or the outfit.
Of course.
So I appreciate when somebody is able to properly execute snakeskin.
I mean, you taking it back to middle of the mall. Remember the store in it was in both Eastland and Northland.
Yeah.
The guy that everything was like alligator skin, snake skin, like yeah.
There was a point in time, and this is when I was young.
He had everything. It was vests, full suits.
Yeah, I know. It was just that's man. That's a level of
cowboy boots.
What is it? When people talk about coordination.
I'm sorry, who was buying cowboy boots in Eastland?
Somebody was.
I'm just saying.
Because that thing lived way too long for somebody not to be funding it.
This is one of those things where I say, like, make sure you know your customer base. I don't quite think that.
Snakeskin had his moment, though. Like, I want to say, like, the late 90s.
Cowboy boots.
Late 90s snakeskin was it.
Eastland.
Now, here's the funny part. When I was younger, which coincides with the late 90s, I actually, once again, I didn't know any better, right? I grew up poor. I thought snakeskin was like luxury.
Oh, same here. Facts.
I was like, oh, snakeskin, what?
Yeah,
like,
I thought skinned anything was like, oh shit, you made it. Like I thought That's regular leather. You ain't
Yeah.
shit. You just like the rest of us.
Yeah.
But if you had snake skin, crocodile skin, was it ostrich skin? I didn't know what was real, what was fake. I just,
No, the
you
last
throw
two
an animal
maybe.
name on it, I'd be like, oh shit, that's expensive.
Yeah, last two maybe, but it's like, you know, snake skin is just above like cockroach wings.
I mean, if somebody would tell me that the shoes had cockroach skin on it, I probably been like, oh, shit's probably
100% cockroach wings.
Hey,
Like
them shits cost money.
First of all, I'd be impressed with the fact that somebody sat there and plucked the wings.
that
X amount of cockroaches,
handmade.
I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
You know?
Yeah. So I guarantee.
I mean, we might be coming to that point, depending upon
if I
these
ever get a
tariffs.
collab with Jordan Brand, which I doubt after this show.
You know how you should do it though?
What's that?
Like if it's cockroach skin,
Yeah.
the shoe box should be a cereal box. And it'd be like, being poor and the cockroaches come out the cereal box.
Or I could just like make like the box look like a old beat up refrigerator. You know, you move the refrigerator, turn on the lights, and they scatter.
Yeah.
Not that I had that in my house. That was somebody else's. That was Geeno's house. Number 3.
No, definitely wasn't my house.
Yeah, he doesn't have that now. He works at Pepsi. You know, he's an executive there now.
Far from it.
They don't
I'm
have
poor.
that there.
Poor.
Okay, poor for rich people.
Still poor.
Number 3. I got the Nike Book One Flagstaff, and I it's a slow week. First off,
yeah, I was gonna say again another one where I'm like, how?
It's okay.
Okay, wait.
It's the best. It's the best I've seen in that shoe.
Time out.
What's that?
Is this really in order?
Yes.
So you mean to tell me that MBO one doesn't? It's not better than that Book One?
I can see me wearing the Book One before I can see me wearing the MBO one.
Where are you wearing the Book One to? You wearing it to school?
You know what, the Pumas?
Yeah.
Oh yes. I can't see. I just said I can't see an adult pulling that off.
Dude,
you could probably pull it off because you look like a child. I, as a grown man,
the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I can't pull that off. I'm just saying this. I can't pull it off.
It's funny how you talk about snakeskin and I just not read your shirt.
I was hoping that you wouldn't put that two together. If Guru was here, he would have made that. He would have made that correlation immediately.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Shout out to $1 Million Motive. I like this shirt.
But no, man, that Book One is.
It's okay.
I mean,
I
you know,
feel like,
no, you know what? That is the perfect way
What?
to describe that shoe.
What's that?
It's just okay.
Yeah, like
that's legit.
It's the most bland signature shoe I've ever seen in history.
Yeah,
I can't think of a blander signature shoe.
Like when I think about that shoe, I just get tired.
Like I feel like
Bored,
Nike designed that shoe is like, all right, we got to give them something. Like we signed them, we got to give them a shoe. All right, fuck it, just give them this. Like it's that level of bland.
Whoever was designing, they was in the office.
Because what was he trying to go out? Because remember he was trying to mimic another shoe. Was it the Uptowns? I feel like he was trying to reference another shoe because that's why they dropped all those colorways at the beginning, kind of.
Yeah, but isn't it? But isn't it trying to mimic a Kobe still?
What Kobe? I feel like that's an insult to Kobe.
I mean, the Book One looked like a house shoe. Like that's what it looked like to me.
The Book One looks like they didn't try.
Well, they put more efforts into Band One marketing than they did for that shoe, huh?
Oh, I can't wait to get to that. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's nothing that pisses me off more than that Band One. All right,
let's
get to this list so we can get to that.
Yeah.
Number 2, we have the Nike Pegasus Premium Airscape, and I gotta say, I guarantee this is gonna be the shoe of the year.
Those are fly. Now those.
When I say shoe, I don't mean necessarily this colorway. I mean like the shoe itself. I feel like they really gonna push the Pegasus this year.
Well, I feel like Nike always finds a way to. Again, we shit on their innovation, but they always, like every couple years, they kind of figure something out, find a way, and then they just push it to the moon.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be the shoe that they do.
Oh, I guarantee you. Yeah. And I like this. I think, shout out to Peter Very for Footwear News. He actually got a pair and posted it.
Okay.
And it's the ironic part. I feel like his pictures are better than the promo pictures that Nike sent over.
Probably so.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, again, when you put more effort into Band One marketing, then,
Oh, man. Now, you might debate whether or not this should have been over the Pegasus, but fuck it. Number 1, we got the Adidas AE1 white black. Now, I feel like they're gonna ride that, and we mentioned it in the last show how since they can't find a worthy successor they're just gonna ride this AE1 wave until the fucking wheels fall off. And I, part of me can't blame them because it's like it's better than dropping a piece of shit.
True.
So I'd rather get tired of the AE1 than be annoyed with the AE2.
It just worries me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, by the time you drop an AE2, like, and God forbid, like with Anthony Edwards' career, but like hopefully he's still on the same trajectory that he's on right now. Because if he's not, and then you try and drop AE2, it's gonna be like
that wave was
It's like Adidas, you messed it up again.
But that's always been my knock with Adidas is that it's like, well, for one, they didn't even see the success coming. Like, they kind of got caught with the pants down with this shoe because they didn't see it being the behemoth that it became. So I can't say I necessarily blame them for that. And if I'm Adidas basketball, I'll be shocked too. Like, I ain't did shit in 20 years. Like, all of a sudden I got a hit. So I get it. However, my knock with Adidas has always been they'll come up with something and have nothing to follow it up with. Oh, like they just, even when they catch a wave, is like back when, the NMDs was hitting and Boost and all this other shit. All right, what's next? They tried bounce. Well, I mean,
what I was going to say, they are a sophomore slump. That's the best way to think about them.
Man, they
can never hit a follow up
at this point. Like, I mean,
well, the other thing, like I think we talked. I think you brought it up last week. Is Damian Lillard having his own
superstar?
Yeah,
he's just not getting his own.
I mean, again, I'm thinking easy way to maybe like cross promote to your lifestyle brand. You have Anthony Edwards. Like maybe you come out with some exclusive lifestyle merchandise along with a lifestyle sneaker.
Yeah, breathe some life into the.
Just saying,
like
like
old stuff by letting the new. Listen.
I'm just throwing it out there. I don't think it's that difficult, but clearly it must be. So
preaching to the choir. I'm about to just pull back the fourth cord. Is this still recording the camera? Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if I pushed the button. So
we'd have to start all over.
Now, this shoe hasn't come out yet, and the only reason that I'm putting it on this list is that I hope that if we talk shit enough about it, that it won't ever come out.
Oh shit.
And shout out to Guru because he put this in the group chat. There's no way I could not put this on the ugliest release of the week. That's the Comme des Garçons special edition Kids Love Gate, I believe. To Hell with War collection. If you've ever seen this shoe, it's basically a boot that like the toe is at a 90-degree angle. I don't know how to explain it. You're looking at it right now if you're watching the video.
Tell us what you think about it.
Because, most shoes start off with a sketch. Right? Fuck the sketch. Most shoes start off with an idea, and then it's
most shoes start off with a sketch. Most shoes aren't the sketch.
Well, no, but it's like to hear it verbalized and then to see a sketch. I don't know how it came to fruition beyond that. I don't know if somebody saw that and was like, "All right, let's manufacture that." Like that.
But I feel like we say
the
that
bullshit that makes it through sometimes?
Can we say that about a lot of the I guess luxury brands?
No, for sure. I look at that shoe and it's like
that's the part that I never understand is it's like they literally just shit right in our faces.
That's the pause of the day so far.
Yeah,
we'll charge you $800.
Yeah, as long as the right name is attached to it, people are more than willing to empty their pockets for it. And it's unbelievable. I don't understand it. I don't know how much these shoes going for, but if it's anything more than zero, it's too much. It's oh boy, I wouldn't even take them shits if they were free. Like really, like it's insulting. All right, let's get to this because I really want to go in on this.
Yeah, you gotta spread your wings on this.
So by the time this show releases, you will have seen the Jordan brand video, the commercial for the Band 1. Before I get into the whole rollout marketing, I'm about to just go ahead and attack this commercial head on. So, like I said, by the time you see this, I'm not violating any embargo or whatever. So, I feel like I kind of got to give the background. Okay, real quick, simple background. Got reached out to by people at Jordan Brand. Hey, we got this video we want to promote. You know, we want you guys to help push this. Da da da. Was under embargo until today, and this evening I think they're going to release it around like 7:00 p.m. today. Anyway, the video is basically predicated on the idea of, so, you know, the legend of the Air Jordan 1 is that Nike paid the fee or the fine by the NBA and yada, 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 right. Air Jordan 1. Okay, so the video is predicated on the fact of, matter of fact.
In 1984, Nike created the revolutionary Air Jordan 1. 1 month later, they were banned from the game. Nike could have paid a fine, but they didn't.
It was $5,000 every game.
And it changed everything. The Air Jordan was a massive failure. There were no more signature shoes, no catchphrases,
Money's gotta be
no sneakerheads, and no subtle nods. Basketball never went international.
This flight is canceled.
And no kid wanted to be anything like Mike. The rebels, the fearless, the fashionable, all wore something else? Wait, Khaled never said, "We the what do you mean Travis never became a flame? Now Jackson has no swagger? HU lost their flair. There's no sports channel. Red isn't cool. Shorts are shorter. Bald is bad again. No one knows those letter numbers? And your parents never met? All because this guy didn't want to pay a fine?
What?
Someone should have told him. You can't ban greatness. Air Jordan.
The video is predicated on the idea that what if Nike said no to paying the fine? Right? Here's my problem. This is before we get into the whole rollout in itself. Just talking strictly about this video. That video is such bullshit. It's such bullshit. Here's why it's bullshit. How can you make a hypothetical off of something that never fucking happened? Okay, so the idea is Nike paid for it, but let's pretend that it's Nike didn't. Nike didn't. This whole legend of Nike paying the fee, they make it sound like they paid millions of dollars so that Michael Jordan can go out there and make go out there and continue wearing the shoes.
False.
When he got fined, or when he got sent that letter, Nike immediately pivoted to the white and red airship until they could come up with a white and red the black toe and the Chicago ones. That's why you don't see Michael Jordan wearing them in games. You only see Michael Jordan wearing the black and red ones in promo pics and during All-Star weekend where it's more relaxed, right? Because he damn near did the first couple rounds in the dunk contest in street clothes, right? So this idea that Nike paid the fines, that sounds good. That's part of the legend. It's not fucking true. As a matter of fact, internally, they will acknowledge that they didn't pay for it. Publicly, they're not going to acknowledge it because it works too good for the marketing, right? It sounds too good, you know, like, oh man, we just believed in Michael Jordan and we just knew he was going to turn out to be this, that, or whatever. So we went on ahead and paid the fines and bing, bang, boom, 30 years later, 40 years later, Jordan Brand. No, that's not true. So to me, on its face, this let's pretend Nike didn't pay the fines when in reality they didn't pay the fines makes fucking no sense. Furthermore, it is the most annoying fucking video. You got DJ Khaled's fat ass on a fucking jet ski. You know, they got him doing that stupid shit. They got a bunch of people, and like the whole is so stupid. And I'm trying, honestly, this is the nicest I'm trying to be nice. This is an example, because I commented, it's a guy that used to work for Nike, and he's getting into social media now. I want to say his name is Jordan Peterson. Maybe it's something else. I can't remember his name. I got to look it up. But I put a picture up of him watching the video. Anyway, he's on social media along with the Nike guy, which I can't wait to get into that. First of all, Jordan. he's on there and he's like, "Oh, this is the greatest marketing I've ever seen. Oh, they banned the shoe on the statue in Chicago. They deleted their social media. Ooh, man, how courageous. Ooh, man, I just took so much risk." As if Jordan Brand can't. First of all, they didn't delete it. They just probably, what can you do? You can just deactivate it and then reactivate it. Like, so it's not like they lost anything. And it's Jordan Brand. It's not like they can't come back and get like 1 million followers tomorrow. But that's beside the point. He's just gushing over this fucking rollout. And of course, sneakerheads have all in unison have been pretty much over this shit for a number of reasons, which we'll get into. And, so I left a comment on his Instagram where I'm like, this is an example of industry types like him sniffing their own farts and enjoying the smell. And it just fucking, if you watch him and other industry people, it's just, everybody's just jacking each other off.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
But that's all it is. It's this one big circle jerk where they're impressed with their own shit. And it's fucking annoying because it's like, my question from the get-go is, who is this rollout for, right? Who is it for when you only make 10,000 pairs that are going to be spread across 23 stores? And let's keep it real. Those shit's getting backdoored almost fucking immediately. No knock on any of those stores, but let's keep it a buck. Those shit's getting backdoored. They go into local celebrities, they go into local professional athletes, and then they go into resellers. And 1 or 2 pair might fall in the hands of an ordinary person, which then begs the question, why are you doing all this heavy marketing for a shoe that is never going to touch the general public? On top of that, this is a shoe that comes inherent with hype. It's a black and red one. They could have did 0 marketing and it would have been hyped to death anyway. Yeah. So this idea that they're doing, like they're adding something to this is disingenuous and complete bullshit. Like, it's not adding anything but frustration because all you're doing is rubbing it into people's faces. You know what I'm saying? You're basically promoting a shoe that nobody will ever obtain. Ever. Because for some reason, some jackass at Jordan Brand said, hey, you know what? We got to manufacture hype in order for people to like us again, or for us to have the cachet that we used to have, which is just, they become so reactionary that they don't know what to fucking do. They don't. It's like they overreact to an overreaction. Like, the overreaction is a few dumbasses on social media are like, oh, shoes are sitting. I don't want them no more. Okay, cool. So now we're going to limit the fuck out of shit. So and it was like, who are you? Okay, but who is this for though? Because these kids don't give a fuck. Like, these are the same kids that fucking wrote your obituary when Yeezy came out. Oh. So they don't give a fuck about you. You making us not give a fuck about you because you keep alienating us to reach them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just, who is this rollout for? Who are you marketing this to? Because, like, I would like to think when you are thinking up a marketing campaign, first question you should ask is, who are we trying to target with this?
Who's your target audience?
But it's like, if we can't get the hands on the shoe, I don't give a fuck about the marketing. I don't give a fuck about your storytelling. And once again, storytelling wise, you spent decades not even telling your own story to the point where people in the community had to tell your story, i.e. the airships, right? You didn't tell that story. MJR23 Dan did, and other people told that story. So now you feel obligated to drop the airships, right? Still didn't do anything push behind it, right? Even when the community did the heavy lifting with the storytelling, your lazy asses couldn't be bothered to fucking do any more storytelling on that. But now all of a sudden, you want to go just balls to the wall with this shoe? The shoe wasn't even banned. Let's start there. The Air Jordan 1 was never banned. It was the airship. He was wearing airships when the NBA sent that letter. Look, genius on y'all to roll in 1985 to roll that into the marketing. But now when everybody knows better, when we know that shoe wasn't banned, we know that Nike didn't pay the fine. So all of this legend-making bullshit that they're trying to do retroactively is annoying, it's disingenuous, it's overkill, and then quite frankly, it's pissing me off because it's like, to me, it's like they care more about DJ Khaled getting this pair than the actual fans. And so when you got that type of disconnect, there's no wonder why y'all fucking gotta feel like you gotta drop every fucking noteworthy Jordan ever made in one calendar year. Oh, it's fucking frustrating. And you know, the problem is that you got too many people in the industry who think they know better, who don't know shit. They went to school to learn absolutely nothing, right? And they wait for the analytics to fucking tell them what moves they should make. The problem is with analytics is that it typically is a year or two behind.
Typically 2 years behind.
Yeah. So by the time you realize it, it's almost like the Titanic, right? You got people in the sneaker community, us and other people, telling you icebergs ahead. But because the analytics ain't telling you there's an iceberg, you like, fuck it, I'm full steam ahead. And it got the iceberg got to be right in front of you before you're like, oh shit, let's pivot. But by that time, it's too late.
Like what they did with oversaturating with Jordan 1s in the first place.
That part, but then want to say we want to keep the appeal, or who's done more to destroy the mystique of the Jordan 1 than that Jordan brand? And you know what? Before you even comment, I want to look at the camera. I don't want to give somebody an apology. Cool Kai, I apologize.
Oh, wow.
I apologize to you. You know why? Fuck Jordan brand.
Wow.
Because if they're not going to, listen, if they're going to sit up there and bullshit on the shoes that we want, and they're going to do all this, anybody trying to jump through hoops to pay for a shoe? To pay? You already charged me $250, and now I got to jump through hoops to pay for it? I ain't jumping through hoops to go to work. You think I'm about to jump through hoops to give you money? To give you my money? No, that's the Cool Kai. I apologize. You had the blueprint. I take back everything I said.
Wow.
You know, because here's the thing: if they're not willing to give the people what they want, I don't blame nobody for going any other path to get what they want. You're not gonna give me a Jordan 1? Okay, cool. I'm gonna get it from Kai or whoever the fuck else is making these knockoff ones. Like y'all are. Go ahead.
What I find interesting is how we get right back, like we almost went around in a circle with the whole banned Jordan 1 thing, when just, was it like 3 years ago, when they finally did come out with the airship, and they talked about how they basically acknowledged like this was the actual shoe that was banned.
So why are we still calling these banned?
I'm like completely lost when it comes to that. Like that, like I've never. How do I want to say it? It's almost like when you in school and you know African American history, but you got somebody else trying to tell you what actually happened.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like. It's like, wait a minute, like, but we already know, like, this wasn't that shoe.
Yeah,
you just told us a couple years ago that you finally are acknowledging, like, yeah, we've been kind of keeping a little secret and we didn't really want to put it out there, but this is the actual shoe that was banned. Now we reverse course only a couple years later to, well, yeah, we're coming out with the banned 1. It's like, but the shoe wasn't banned. Secondly,
you know, real quick, you know what it's like? It's like a kid that like finally realizes that Santa Claus ain't real, but the parents are still trying to convince him that he's going to come and bring gifts. It's like, you're trying to convince us of shit that we already know is bullshit. Like, so it's like, once again, who is this marketing campaign for?
Well, and that's my thing is I'm trying to find like the logic and the rationale behind it. You got rid of all of those jobs just last year. Got rid of all of those people, but yeah, you putting money behind a marketing campaign. Granted, the type of marketing, you've never done this type of marketing in years, where you've really put like a full, like, pressed your foot on the gas and it just went all in
for a shoe that's only 10,000 pairs available.
And I'm like, what sense does that make? Like, that's where I'm completely confused, because it's like, well, the marketing dollars that you're using for this, you could have used that. I mean, it could have been used in so many different other ways. Like, well, where was I know you're not a WNBA guy, but you could have pushed Sabrina Ionescu. She got a shoe.
I mean, that's Nike. You know, they like to operate as separate brands.
But again, okay. You could have. He just got traded. You could have pushed Luka. You could have pushed Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum won the championship.
You know,
you didn't do anything with the stories that you could have told that would have been fresh and brand new, but yet there's this almost like, well, hey, we need to go restore the hype that we once had behind this shoe. So let's put all of our eggs into this one basket to try and restore that hype just for this one shoe. On top of,
but hype works when it's legit though. If you got to manufacture it, then it's empty.
But on top, but here's the other part, and here's the thing that actually frustrates me with it. You know, the one thing I think, I want to say somebody at Nike has said it before.
Yeah.
Why don't they don't promote Air Force Ones? Because they don't have to. You don't need to do anything for a Jordan 1. Why are you doing it now?
Certain colorways. Go ahead.
No, not even certain colors. You don't need to push any of them. All you gotta do, Jordan 1. You don't have to do anything. Just drop as soon as people see the name, the color, like how the color layout. People's minds are already going to jump and be like, okay, I know that's going to be that's black and red. It's a brand 1. Like, I'm on it. What do you need to market? Why? For what? If you was going to market anything, what you could have did is the Reimagine collection. You should have put some money behind that, because that's something that's quote unquote brand new and something that people probably would have been like, that you actually could have limited and said, well, hey, yeah, this is the what if we had done this, type of pack. And you didn't do that. But why are you putting all of this effort into one shoe that, again,
sells itself?
And you're only going to have so many pairs. Now, unless throughout the year, I don't know, maybe the plan is throughout the year, there's just going to be random drops of black and red Jordan 1s, like on
At this
Sneakers,
point, I feel like
anywhere.
that's giving them too much credit. Like, I would like to think that, but it's like they've done nothing for me to give them that benefit of the doubt.
I'm the whole strategy behind it and everything that they're doing. I've just been so dumbfounded by it, just because it's like, you haven't done, if you had set a precedent in doing this before,
Maybe.
in some kind of way. And I know you say it's Jordan brand and it's not Nike, but at the same time, it's still the same. It's still the
they
exact.
Act like they're. I'm gonna tell you this.
I know they do, but it's like, if you've done something similar before, then I'd be like, all right, here you go again, doing that shit all over again. But you've not done this before.
But see, here's the thing though. Like, the way they operate, there's such a disconnect just between, like, the right hand don't even know what the left hand is doing at the time, and they work for the same brand, right? Part of the same body, and they don't even know what they're doing at the time. Here's my thing. Certain shoes don't need anything. Certain shoes in certain colorways, right? Chicago ones are going to sell regardless. Band ones are going to sell regardless. White cement 3s.
Any OG one, no matter the colorway,
they're going to sell. Like, so this, once again, this idea that, oh, we gotta create hype around this shoe for fucking what? First of all, but the fact that it's a band 1 and it's only 10,000 pairs, that's it. That's all you fucking need to do. You don't need to send some dork around campus fucking writing citations.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
That was the corniest,
that pissed me off.
Stupidest fucking. Honestly, I'm ashamed of everybody involved in that. I had secondhand embarrassment watching people I know play along with that shit. That shit was fucking corny and stupid. I don't know who he has dirt on to where they gave him that level of autonomy with the marketing. But, bruh, like, look, I just, it's so. Here's the thing about Jordan Brand that they need to realize, right? Is, and I mentioned it on last week's show, you can't name, and this is this, I want to make a distinction between Nike and Jordan Brand. You can't name me one thing that's not a retro that you're looking forward to from Jordan Brand. Not one.
Never.
Right? The problem is, Jordan Brand will forever be living in Michael Jordan's shadow. Right? Forever. The biggest thing that Jordan Brand will do and have ever done is Air Jordans themselves, the signature line. Right? And yeah, they might catch juice with the 34s and the 36s, but for the most part, nobody give a fuck about those 39s. You don't hear nobody thinking about the 40s. And you would think if they were going to do any level of marketing to push anything, it would be the fucking 40, since that's such a milestone shoe. Right? Nope. let's push a shoe that's already gonna be hyped to death anyway, and then let's keep retelling a story that we know is complete bullshit, hoping that somebody's gonna be gullible enough to fucking fall for it. But here's the thing, though: even if they did fall for it, there's no product for them to buy because it's only 10,000 pairs across 23 stores. It's I don't know. It's such an it's so tone deaf. It's so fucking tone deaf, and they think they think they're just fucking killing it with this marketing. You can't tell them nothing. They think they're fucking killing it right now with this marketing, and it's like they're so busy patting each other on the back that they're not reading the room at all. You look at the comment sections, people are lighting them up.
You're further alienating yourself from your core audience.
Oh boy!
Like just when we thought, hey, maybe they are taking some steps to be able to bring some people back into the fold.
Yeah.
With, we're finally dropping some product that people have been waiting for.
Yeah.
But it's like you took 10 steps forward just to take 35 of them backwards. like why?
Why? Because them, that's why.
The one thing I do find funny about it is the banned one. When that one came out, they messed something up.
No, that was kind of clever because they dropped them. They didn't, that's back when they would actually release shit and I tell you.
But that's what I was going to get to. Everything they're doing now, that would have been perfect for that.
Yeah.
Back then. If they would have did that, I would have been like, damn,
okay.
like that's like, okay, you guys are crushing it. But it's like, this shoe.
It's the rubbing it in people's faces that I think is just annoying me. And and I think too, they have it in their minds, and this is where I mean by disconnect. They have it in their minds. Well, if we limit this shoe and people aren't able to get this shoe, they're going to want to spend the $200 on something. So if we have other offerings like the because I think the black toes dropped like the next day or some shit. I think in their minds that the carryover is going to carry over to the, and I'm like, yo, there's too many other brands that are doing dope things right now, and it's the thing. Like I mentioned earlier about jumping through hoops. People, if they got $200, I ain't got to jump through these hoops to go get that New Balance. I ain't got to jump through these hoops to get the AE1s. I ain't got to jump through hoops to get even other Nike products. So fuck those black toes. Because first of all, nobody, it seemed like the level of excitement for those black toes is kind of tapered off. I didn't think it was that great to begin with, but whatever it was, it feels like it tapered off. It'd be interesting to see how those sell through. Maybe it might carry over to those.
No, I think it will.
But
I think it will, but I think at the same time, again,
I think it's dangerous to lean on that theory.
Yeah, well, not only dangerous, but I think you completely run that risk of, again, you're alienating your core audience.
Yeah.
So now, say, probably the next shoe that's coming out that I'm like, I think all of us as fans, collectors, and whatnot are going to go after Grape 5s.
Yeah.
So now in my mind, it's like, shit, do I even have a chance? You know what I mean? Like now that as a consumer, that's how I'm starting to think, because now it's like, well, shit, should I even be checking for them?
But that's my point.
That $250 that I have to spend, hey, yeah, I'm gonna have it then as well, just like I got it for the black and red one.
Yeah.
Do I even want to risk the chance?
That's my point. Like, if after a while, people just be like, you know what, fuck it. Like, why bother?
Yeah.
Why bother? If it's gonna be limited and I have no shot for it, why even set myself up getting excited for a shoe that I'm never gonna obtain?
Especially now when the ways in which you have to get a shoe are nothing like what it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, at least 20 years ago, you could pick up the phone, you could drive around like almost in hopes of, all right, well, if this store don't have it, I know I can go to this store. And if that
was a different time. Yeah.
Right. But like now,
you have to physically go to the store, and now online you got bots. People ain't even, it's not even a line. Like, it'd be one thing if I go and it's like, okay, like 100 people in front of me. Now it's just one guy with 100 bots.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
so like
I'm missing out because of that.
So what chance do I stand? And that's why I said, I think it might be some carryover to go to the black toes, just because people are going to be like, well, shit, like, okay, well, again, Jordan 1 fatigue, because that's how people's minds are going to react. Oh, shit, black toe Jordan 1, yeah, let me go ahead and grab that since I can't get the Braille one.
Right.
But what's going to be the carryover for everything else?
Right. And let me say this.
There is no carryover. There's nothing else you can come out with. Like, if I can't get the great 5, there's no other 5 you can come out with that I'm just going to be like, I'll take that instead and be happy with it. There's no other Jordan 10 other than the Seal 10s that you're going to come out with, and I'm going to be like, I'll grab that one instead. No, I know what I want, and if I can't get it, then I'm going to go get something else. And I'm not getting it from you because you already screwed me over. So
I couldn't get the Concord 11s. Let me get those Concord 6 rings. Like, no.
Even though I think people did do that.
I think some people did it. But that was a different time, though. But I think
that
now,
was a different time.
I think now there, like you said, I think there's fatigue, not only in the sense of seeing the same silhouettes. I think it's fatigue and being dicked around.
That's the pause of the day so far.
So you're gonna you're gonna limit the amount of pairs for what reason? For what reason?
Why treat the customer this way? Why? Because them, that's why.
It wasn't like you couldn't mass produce this shit.
Especially a Jordan 1.
Right. It wasn't like there was so much technology that you couldn't afford to do it. I can get it.
Of all shoes that you could have,
the cheapest Jordan to manufacture, you're gonna limit. It's like, but here's the thing I want to point out too, because in case some people from Jordan Brand watching this, here's my thing. You know why nobody's sitting up here mad about what Under Armour is or isn't doing? We don't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck about Under Armour. So you won't see our show talking about what Under Armour is doing. You won't see anybody else talking about Under Armour. It might be some nerd out there that might mention them, but nobody's angry or excited about Under Armour. Why? Because we don't give a fuck. We actually care about Jordan Brand because we grew up with Jordans, and that was our hero. That was our favorite athlete. That was our favorite shoe. So and it's funny because Jordan, I keep wanting to say Jordan Peterson, but I want to say it's something else. But his whole thing was, sneakerheads are going to be mad. Okay, first off, fuck yourself.
So shut up, bitch.
There seems to be this thing, sneakerheads, that's like, we are a niche. We are a niche market. But you know what? We are the tastemakers, though.
We the most loyal.
Think about it like this. The black community or black population only makes up, 16% of the population in the U.S.? But yet, the top music comes from us, fashion comes from us, you name it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of what is trendy comes from our community, even though we're a small community. Michael Jackson was one man, but he had everybody wearing one glove in the 80s. Right? So my whole thing is, it ain't necessarily the size.
Prince had people wearing assless pants.
Yeah. It ain't necessarily the size of the group.
I hope not.
It's about the impact, right? If you could be the smallest group in the world, but if everybody's looking at you to see what's trendy and what's fashionable or what's marketable, that should be the biggest thing. Like, that's why there's a sneakers app and a Nike's app. There's not a Nike app for stay-at-home moms. There's not a Nike app for soccer moms and for I don't know what the equivalent is for men. Point is, the reason there's a sneakers app because you recognize, like, okay, even in this category of people are small, people look to them to see what's cool, right? We create the wave and everybody else rides it. So and I'll be the first to admit that sneakerheads do so at times take things too far and think too highly of themselves. But I think this is an instance where Jordan Brand and other people in the industry need to shut the fuck up, stop patting each other on the back, and actually take stock and read the fucking room. The last time I seen this level of just ignorance as far as what people were feeling versus what the brands were like congratulating themselves over was during Black Lives Matter, when at the height of that, when I don't know who tweeted and retweeted, basically Adidas or Nike, like that whole situation. Yeah. I think Nike tweeted or Adidas retweeted it, or maybe it's vice versa. I don't know. But the amount of people I saw for both brands patting each other on the back for a job well done, as if they fucking ended racism with a tweet, was fucking nauseating. Because I'm like this. First of all, Adidas, like, you the last one to be out here fucking say, you'd have popping champagne.
Yeah, you gotta do a lot more than just.
We've read a lot of stories about you, my guy. So, but just to see them doing that shit, it was just like, wow, like, read the fucking room right now. Yeah. Nobody's impressed. The only people that's impressed with y'all tweeting each other is you guys.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just like exactly what you're saying now. The only people that's impressed with this marketing.
Like somebody, can you imagine somebody racist being like, man, Adidas retweeted Nike? Shit. Maybe I was wrong.
Mind blown.
Yeah, like maybe I need to reevaluate my bigotry. Like that didn't do shit for nobody. I mean, it's a nice gesture. Nice. But the amount of congratulations that was going around for that shit was nauseating. This is probably more nauseating because it's like, yo, like, because it's a level of like rubbing it in people's faces. Like I said, it's a 10,000 pair shoe.
So it's a level of slapping the facedness.
Yes, that's a word.
Yeah.
If it's not a word, we made it one. And like I said, I don't begrudge any of the stores that's getting the shoe for backdooring because at the end of the day, they got employees to pay, they got lights to keep on, they got rent and all that stuff. So they got to sell through.
But then that's one of the things where it's like, well, you know, again,
I say I don't begrudge them, but I understand it.
Well, but what was it? I can't remember when it was, like how many years ago it was, but you know, when the whole talk was, well, these the resellers and the reselling apps, like, you know, we got to try and stop them. We got to try and put our foot down. So we'll mass produce more pairs. So that way we can get more out there. So that way people don't have to go to the secondary market. What happened?
I'm saying right now,
with probably, again, easily. I mean, I could probably name about 10, 15 different Jordans that I felt like would be like the most coveted pairs to where it's like, you really don't have to do shit for marketing. You don't have to do a damn thing. You could put the picture of the shoe just on the website. That's all you got to do, and people gonna go crazy.
They banned the Jordan 1s on the Nike website. Ooh, man.
Yeah, like it's just, yeah. I mean, but
that's so awe-inspiring. I mean, y'all just, ooh, man.
It's like
y'all killed it. You know what it is? What's that mean?
It makes me think of like you finally going on your first date, but the girl is ugly. Like you getting everything ready, like you getting excited, you getting dressed up, you going to Macy's to go get your cologne.
Also, blind date. Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
hey, look, hey, this your first one, and it's like we all know, like, yeah, you about to be in for one, but you so blinded by just the excitement of going on this date, and then when you see her, you like, damn, let me try.
Pull up in this old girl that couldn't get the lift.
You know she fell backwards too. Did you see the video?
No, listen. If your knees can't hold you, what makes you think that car could?
No, she a rapper.
Somebody argues she's had her fair share of rappers. Hamburger rappers.
You need to leave.
Like certain things you don't need to put anything into being able to sell something. Like if I'm Pepsi, right?
Yeah.
Some things just sell themselves. You can put something behind it to help it sell, but you don't have to. Yeah. And the little that you can put behind it, you only have to put a little bit behind it.
Yeah, it's like trying to blow in the middle of a tornado.
Yeah.
Like whatever air you're blowing ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not adding anything. That tornado is already gonna do whatever damage it's gonna do. Like that's what they're doing. They're blowing in the middle of a tornado. Like, oh, look at us. We're adding to this. We're adding to the wind. No, you're not.
That's the other thing that I really don't care for with this whole marketing campaign and scheme is how, like, you can tell exactly what you said. Like the pat on the back. It's almost like the hey, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at what I'm doing. It's like you can tell like they're really trying to draw that much attention to themselves. And it's like
they're throwing a cup of water in the ocean, acting like they're adding to it.
You don't have to.
You're not doing
like this is one of them things where it's just like it's a waste of money. Like at this point,
it's a waste of time.
I don't ever want to hear something cost too much from that company ever again. Well, we can't get the mold, or well, we can't, the manufacturing is
your
too
mold
expensive.
money went to the Nike guy so he can go around giving citations and that dumb shit. That's where your money went.
Or whoever put the blocks around the shoes on the stat, like what? Like, come on, like, dude, really?
That's so stupid.
Like,
first of all, he's wearing Air Jordan 9s in the statue, so it's like, it's not even. I think in their minds.
No. You can't give him any credit for that.
I'm not giving him credit. I'm just thinking. I'm trying to get inside their heads. I'm thinking they're thinking that because the statue is basically the Jumpman logo. I think in their minds they were just blocking the feet of the Jumpman logo. But it's like, he's wearing Air Jordan 9s on that statue, so you're blocking the Air Jordan 9s to promote the Air Jordan 1s.
So now we gonna call what is that? Because those supposed to be aren't those supposed to be the white and black 9s, right? Yes. I think So those banned now. That's it, banned 9s. I mean, look, if they get to retail their own version of their story, then I get to retail my version of their story.
They making it up right now as it is.
Hey, look, band 9s. That's what I'm calling them from here on out.
Here's the thing, though, like, because when I think about Jordan Brand and Nike, because a lot of people think they are essentially under one umbrella. Yeah, however, but they like to work independent, right? Yeah. The thing, like I said, which
is why Jordan's built look the way.
Right.
Hey, all that marketing money, maybe you. Hey, look, Mike, you need to go back on
Mike,
campus.
Just go to Nike headquarters. Just you ain't been in a minute. Just take a walk around.
Take a look. I'm gonna take a tour and go look at that LeBron building too. I think you might take that personal.
Oh man, Michael Jordan will lose his mind. Michael Jordan will lose his mind, bro. They basically
That's the other part about this that's kind of interesting, because typically don't they say that he's don't they say that he's somewhat involved, like not completely, but he does have some form.
I think when it comes to like
involvement.
new like when you're talking like new signature Jordan 1s, I think they run it by him.
Okay,
and I think they might run the day-to-day by him, but like
because this would be one
he's
of those,
not as hands-on as he used to.
Because this would be one of those things where it's like if I'm him, it's almost like, okay, why are we doing this?
I mean, I talked to some people.
I know
at the brand, and they like, what the fuck? So, but here's the thing: like when I think about Nike and Jordan, right? Like the reason, like I have hope for Nike going forward is because one, they got rid of John, they got Elliott, which I think is going to be a good thing because he's made a commitment to getting back to, because Nike was always about the athlete, right? So he's getting back to like, let's focus on performance and the athlete, and so that might spur some innovation,
maybe.
Right, so I'm at least giving them some benefit of the doubt, right? Because Nike, like you said, like they have their down points, but they've always managed to rebound too. So I'm willing to see that. The thing with Jordan Brand, like I said, Nike, right? There's not one athlete whose shadow they're underneath. The only shadow is that swoosh, right? With Jordan Brand, it's Michael Jordan, and everything else is second. So you're a nostalgia brand. So if you're a nostalgia brand, but then you're alienating the core audience who have been buying based on that nostalgia in an attempt to reach people that don't give a fuck, not to mention, like, let's keep it a buck. The reason these kids don't give a fuck about the storytelling because you made them not give a fuck about storytelling because you ain't told a story not once. You got them conditioned to consume, and all of a sudden you want to come out and want to tell them stories now? They don't give a fuck about the stories. Where the shoes at? That's what they saying. Fuck the story, where the shoes at? Oh, there's no shoes? Okay. Fuck you and that story. And I hate to say it that way, but that's the way they saying it. It's like, shit, like, nobody give a fuck about the story if there's no product attached to it. That's like a movie trailer coming out, but there's no movie.
Coming soon.
Yeah, to one theater somewhere that you won't be able to get to because you got to have VIP passes.
Remember, it's going to be in 23 theaters.
Yes. And look, and then those tickets.
It's only going to be 10,000 tickets.
Yeah, only 10,000 tickets.
Worldwide.
And so who do you think is going to get in there? Not you. It's going to be some VIP motherfuckers. And it makes, that's what I'm saying. It makes no sense to me.
You know what it reminds me of? I feel like we keep coming up with different analogies.
Yeah.
It's like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Regular people, like regular, average, everyday people can't afford that ticket.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Corporations buy up all of those tickets and then divvy them out to their employees.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the exact same thing. Those 23 stores, and you say 23 stores, but we know there's a 24th store, i.e. the brand itself, selling via its own website. But
what, the band ones?
Yeah.
No.
They're not putting it on the website?
Nothing I think. Nothing I know of. That's my point. It's like, so who is this marketing for? Who is your target audience? Because it wasn't us.
Okay. See, See, now I'm befuddled. Like that's the one
perplexed
because the one thing I've kind of always said is
hoodwink.
Like, you've been had, you've been took, you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray.
The one thing my one argument has always been the reason why the internet is so important is because those 23 stores, there is not a store in South Dakota that is on that list. I can guarantee you there are sneakerheads or people who are enthusiasts and collectors of shoes that live in South Dakota.
Right.
So now
what's
you're
sneaker boutique on Idaho?
So you basically telling them, hey, look, this is what you're doing to them. You basically just giving them the middle finger and saying, well, fuck you. You can't get the shoe. We're going to give it to somebody else.
Because them, that's why.
I'm a little bit more mad because I definitely figured, all right, out of 10,000 pair. And I'm like 23 stores. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, well, 23 stores, 10,000 pair. That's probably no more than by itself, maybe about 3,000 pair just with those stores. Because I'm figuring it's going to be small quality. Small quality.
Dude? I don't know. My mind is too fried to sit.
Well, I think, what was that, 230?
You got 10,000 divided by 23. And the reason we are there because they were going to be backdoor because they already fucking on StockX and gold already. You got people with early pairs already. Then drop like I wish I would drop $1,000.
435
pairs a store. Good luck with that. Good luck.
But like I said,
listen, if Michael Jordan's son is backdooring, you know for a fucking fact everybody else is going to backdoor.
I loved how he backdoored and then lied, but then told the truth afterwards.
I know. So
it was like, dude, just you could have just told the truth.
The cover up is always worse than the crime. Bro.
I mean, well, hey, it's going to be some backdooring here.
What? I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Get him out of here. Get him out.
Ha! Gay!
That's the pause of the day so far.
Yeah.
Pause. Well, yeah, pause. Wow. Yeah.
You said that with such fervor, right? I'm like, who's he talking to? Like,
oh, wow. I definitely didn't mean that.
That must be going on after I leave. I mean, I signed up to do a podcast, right?
I meant there's going to be some backdoor sales that will be going on here in the state of Michigan because one of those 23 stores, I was shocked to see them on the list.
Who? You shocked to see who?
218 on the list.
I wasn't.
I was shocked. Well, because again, I'm thinking, well, I know they did just had a collab.
Them and Exhibition on there.
I've never been to Exhibition.
Exhibition is actually pretty dope.
Really?
I don't know.
I think it's just because of where it's located at. Well, I've probably never been.
I can't, because I feel like me shouting them out is going to get me in trouble because it's like, hey, wait a minute, you're from Detroit. You should be shouting out Detroit stores. But I'm like, but they have my side.
Yeah, I've never been. Never felt like I had to read. But see, you know me, again, the way how they doing these shoes, this release, this is exactly why I'm the way I am. I can't get it, I just move on to the next. I don't care.
Here's my thing, though. I have zero expectations of getting this shoe. And at this point, I've made peace with not getting them, like, because I'm not paying resale. And I'm not about to jump through these hoops.
What's the resale on them right now?
They're probably sitting up well over 1,000. I'm good, bro. There's no shoe that's worth $1,000.
That's over 1,000. That's for a regular size. That's not even considering, like, said a size 15 would probably be almost double, right?
I'm so over it, bro. Like, honestly, I got 400 shoes, bro.
Ooh.
It's not like Here's the thing. This is what
Did you get the last pair though?
What the bread?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing though. It's like I was gonna say. It's like that meme. It's like, can I get the band ones? We got band ones at home. I literally do have band ones at home. Like it ain't like I need another pair. I want it because of the 85 cut, but you know, as a collector and you know whatever, that shit kind of matters, kind of sort of. But at the end of the day, it was a want, not a need.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when it's a want, I don't need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My day goes on. My week goes on. I don't give a fuck. Okay, next shoe.
You get them band 9s when they come back out with those in about 3 years.
And that's the thing too, though. But when you dropping shit every weekend, it's easy to kind of be like, next Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, look, that if there's anything I feel like I can give them credit for, It's for that, and maybe this is the caveat. Hey, look, I'm giving you what you want every, call it two weeks, basically. I'm gonna come out with something that I know you want, that is gonna be like the old State Farm commercial.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
I just think that they would do themselves a service if they actually listen to people.
Well, that's
instead of just thinking that they knew it all.
Well, I know Nike and Jordan are two separate, but that's like I was pissed off with the Diamond Turf being as limited.
That was limited too?
Yes. And I think when I saw the list of stores, it was, but it wasn't that many stores, and then like, because that was one of those kicks where I'm like, everybody's gonna have that shoe.
I will say though, my mind can wrap around that to some degree, because it's like, okay, if there's like hesitation as to like what the response would be to the shoe, then I could see being like, okay, I'm gonna drop a few pairs for like the collectors, but not enough to where we asked out because we made too many. I can understand that as opposed the band one. I'm gonna stop saying band. The black and red one, because it just wasn't banned. The black and red one was guaranteed to sell.
They banning themselves. That's what they doing. That's why it's banned.
When they dropped it in 2016, there wasn't a pair left in the stores.
Mm.
And they mass produced the shit out of those. So there's no way you could tell me that they couldn't have made 100,000 pairs and made more money and still sold through. To me, you would have made more people happier. People would have forgave the marketing, because once again, we could just ignore that shit and just get right to the shoes. But we can't even get to the shoes, so it's like, so now we got shitty marketing. Yeah,
well, let them tell it. This is great.
And I'm gonna tell you this too. I'm getting tired of people being like, oh, what they got you talking about is all publicity. All publicity is not good publicity. You know how I know? You think Diddy liked the publicity he didn't got last year? You know what I'm saying? Like, no. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you could be R. Kelly the singer or R. Kelly the accused molester.
I was going to say, maybe
you could be O.J. Simpson the football player, or O.J. Simpson the accused murderer.
The sale of Johnson & Johnson baby oil probably got good publicity out of that.
You think they like their publicity?
Well, shit, they may have sold a little bit more.
Sure, I'll take it back.
Who
you could be
that?
John Wilkes Booth the actor, or John Wilkes Booth the assassin. Like, dog, like, not all publicity is good publicity.
That publicity is different. It probably took years for certain people to hear about what happened.
Yeah, but this notion that, well, as long as people are talking about a product, I mean,
people gonna talk about the product regardless, though. So that's not an excuse.
But I can go outside right now and set somebody's car on fire. Guarantee you, I'm gonna be on the news. Guarantee it. That don't mean I did anything worthy of being talked about.
You sure about that? You forget what city we in. Shit happens every day.
That's true. Okay, something I could do something crazy. I don't know. But point is, people slow down for car accidents. It's a car accident. People watch that shit all the time. Doesn't make it newsworthy. It doesn't make it significant. It caught your eye. So, I mean, and we're talking about Jordans. It ain't like people are unaware. What are those shoes with the guy jumping in the air? Like, we know Jordan's been around for 40 fucking. That's another thing I had an issue with too, because they're saying, celebrating. Are they celebrating the one, or are they celebrating being a brand? Because those are two different things. If they're celebrating the release of the shoe, okay, fine, that was 40 years ago. They're celebrating the brand. They didn't officially become a brand until '98. So,
well, again, they remixing their own history.
Dude, boy.
Yeah, Jordan brand been around since '85. So,
I am done with them.
I mean, if you think about it, it's only so. What are we gonna do? Again, I'm not, putting this out there, but what are you gonna do like when Phil Knight passes away? I think they really gonna go back. Oh, let's scratch all that shit out and let's rewrite history, because there's nobody here that's gonna tell us otherwise.
Man, if the marketing for the black and red one is any indication, I am scared. What type of
you know,
especially if they let that Nike guy do the promo.
The other thing, what's funny too, because you did say it. I probably would be okay with this type of marketing if, say, it did tie into the Jordan 40.
Yeah, this level of marketing, like promote something that one you're gonna mass produce, two something that needs it.
Well, no, but like if you're going around, you're saying Jordan 1s are banned, but this isn't banned.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, okay, I see what you're trying to do. You're hyping up the new shoe. And but still kind of like tying.
The fact that you thought of that just now, and that's 100 times better than, hey, you're wearing Jordan, citation. I'm telling you right now, though, I would have told him to go fuck himself. If I was on campus and he handed me some citation, I would have balled it up and threw it right at his stupid head.
No, you know what? I would have gave him a wedgie.
Man,
he looked like
dork.
He needed a swirly.
Right? No, like nerd. It's like,
hey, wait, hold up, wait. Hey, he lucky we wasn't on campus.
Oh no! Oh my God! Oh my God! That was perfect, man. Oh my goodness! I can only imagine.
And I'm saying like all of us,
man,
like the whole everybody that was there.
A wedgie.
Because remember,
when's the last time somebody ever got a wedgie?
That's what I said, man. Especially it was the Black Sneaker Summit that was going on.
Oh yeah,
that week.
Oh yeah,
like all of us.
That would have us being on campus. Had that happen, would have been a problem.
Probably would have thrown him in one of them ponds.
Like, quit hitting yourself. I did all types of 90s type bullying.
Really would have been banned.
Oh man. Well, we talked about stores that are not getting or that are getting the ban or black and red. I'm not calling them banned no more. Black and red ones.
Yeah, the banned ones technically already came out.
The banned airships. Because I'm not playing with Nike no more with that shit.
Well, no, remember the banned Jordan 1s came out. Was that like 12 years ago? The Jordan 1 that had the red X
on there?
Yep, that was banned. So they already came out. So unless these are those again, this isn't the banned one.
I feel like the genius of the marketing was in 1985. How they wrote it into that was genius. This shit, no. Anyway, we talked about stores that are getting the black and red Air Jordan 1. One of the stores that will not get the shoe is SneakersNStuff because they filed for bankruptcy.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Dun, dun, dun.
An article written by Ian Cervantes for Footwear News. Founded in 1999, influential Swedish sneaker boutique SneakersNStuff has filed bankruptcy. Co-founder Peter Jansen confirmed the news recently on Instagram following a report on the company's filing. According to another story, SneakersNStuff has made layoffs in addition to ceasing operations in the U.S. and Japan. During the 2023 financial year, SneakersNStuff's operating profit fell in the negative to a tune of nearly $3 million. That is quite the hole. Sheesh. Yeah, sheesh. In an annual report from last fall, SneakersNStuff said it's working to find new financiers after having received an injection of funds earlier the year. Maybe didn't get the Nike guy to do some promo for SneakersNStuff.
Sounds like they needed somebody to walk around writing citations.
Yeah. And it also pointed to the wider clothing and footwear market being impacted by external factors such as high inflation, rising interest rates, and geopolitical unrest. SneakersNStuff stores in London, Berlin, and Paris continue to be open, but the original location in Stockholm is temporarily closed. SneakersNStuff's 2 U.S. outposts in New York City and Los Angeles were closed in 2024, but website listings have since characterized the closures as temporary. Beneath the New York store, SneakersNStuff operated a bar and event space that is also shuttered. Kind of reminds me or makes me think of the Kith store, at least the one in Miami. I haven't been to any other Kith locations. I want to say I've been to the Kith store in New York, but I don't remember. I know the one in Miami has the ice cream shop attached to it, or at least it used to. I don't know. I haven't been in a while, so I couldn't tell you. But anyway, co-founder Eric Manzano Fagerline left the company in 2022, and his position as CEO was filled by Frederick Mame until October 2024. The position of CEO remains open. So, you know what? Put an application.
You should
go on Indeed and become the CEO.
Make sure you link your
SneakersNStuff.
Link your LinkedIn profile.
Man, I'm definitely not gonna get the jobs. Yeah. Adidas is set to cut jobs at their German HQ. In an article written by Stephen Gartner for Footwear News, despite finishing 2024 on a high note, Adidas is set to undergo layoffs at its Germany headquarters. In the fourth quarter of 2024, Adidas saw revenue grow 24% to 5.97 billion euros, up from 4.81 billion euros in the same time in 2023. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, you grew a whole.
So how you grow?
You grew a whole percent.
24%.
In one calendar year.
I'm rich, bitch.
They basically like made an extra billion euros. I don't know what that correlates into American dollars.
It doesn't matter. Why are you laying people off?
Because them, that's why.
As for the full fiscal year, Adidas said revenues increased 11% in 2024 to 23.68 billion euros compared to 21.43 billion euros in fiscal 2023. In a statement to Footwear News, an Adidas representative noted that these job cuts are not part of a cost savings program, but instead are aimed at reducing complexity and ensuring sustainable success in the future. That sounds like cost cutting, bitch.
Yeah, well,
I don't understand.
Well, don't use the term. Well, again, this is coming from the article. Unless you're reassigning people, then it sounds like you're cutting costs by laying people off. Like I said, now if you reassigning job duties, okay, hey, yeah, maybe we don't really need someone to do this because we got somebody that could do X, Y, Z. That's something different. But to actually be laying people off when you're, especially in this day and age, if you're continuously seeing revenue gains and growth,
like now, if they're laying people off so they can restructure and then bring them back to give them different roles,
it's reassigning. I feel like you would say that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's reassigning.
This shit, I hate when corporations do this shit. I really fucking hate it. I hate when I hear we made record profits and they're doing layoffs. How do you get record? If you're increasing the amount that you're charging people to stay in step with inflation or other things that contribute to your overhead, then your profit margin should remain relative, right?
Yeah, because if you raise you can raise costs.
Right. So like if it cost me $50 to make this, and then I added $25 to that, so that I can make a profit. Right. So it cost me $50 to produce it. I sell it to you for $75. My window is $25, right?
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden it costs $60. Right. So now I charge you $85 instead of $75.
Profit margin.
My profit margin should stay relatively the same. The only way I get a record profit is if I am charging you more than my overhead requires. So that's the part that drives me fucking nuts. And so when I read these types of stories, people can lose their job.
It's very backwards too, because typically when you grow, you have to add jobs. Because that means you're growing, pretty quickly, and you need to increase distribution or supply chain or.
Well, demand creates jobs, not money. Like it's
but if you're seeing growth, clearly there's demand. So why are you cutting?
Because once again, those shareholders ain't gonna pay themselves. They
look, at some point, how much is enough?
That's my point. Like, when the shareholders are more important than your employees and the consumer, then that's where the imbalance happens to me. And that's what it ends up being. It's like, okay, we gotta make all this extra money, but it's like, dude, like demand is what creates jobs. Demand is what creates money, because when there's demand, obviously, like you said, like you're moving product or whatever, making more money, giving companies more money doesn't necessarily create jobs, because all they gonna do is pocket that shit. We've seen that happen. Like, so it's like, what the fuck? So why are we
well, the other thing too is funny is typically when you're laying people off, there is some form of a severance package. So I feel like you're wasting.
I hope they got that. Because this is Germany. This is their HQ. So I would like to think people did.
I would just think it would be cheaper to just again reassign rather than lay people off. Like,
yeah. The Adidas rep also said that over the past 2 years, Adidas has created strong momentum for the business. Brand and their products had momentum for the business, brand and their products, and had proven that their approach to serve their customer works. But they also found that in an ever-changing world, they were too complex because of the current operating model. They are starting to look at how they align the operating model with the reality of how they work. This may have an impact on the organizational structure and number of roles at HQ. Cost cutting. I don't know why are we playing semantics. I hate this.
Like I say again, if you land off,
they found a nicer way to say it, but it's
exactly.
Like, just talk. This word solid at this point. Adidas declined to,
of course,
confirm any figures or further details at this time, as the company is just starting to evaluate its organization and determine what structural changes are needed. But according to a Reuters report, they're estimating cuts of up to 500 jobs at the German HQ, which employs around 8,500 people. Adidas' proposed job cuts come around the same time as its rival Puma announced their new cost savings plan. So Puma just said, you know, fuck, it is what it is. Adidas is like, no, I mean, it's not really that. You know, it's like when you break up somebody, it's not you, it's me. You know, it's like,
just say it.
Save me the bullshit.
Just say what it is. It's okay.
Dub Next Level. They even gave it a name.
I thought that was a shoe. I thought you were on to the next story.
This is Puma's cost-cutting plan. It's called Next Level. Puma CEO described the initiative as a comprehensive efficiency program targeting cost optimization and operational improvements.
I mean, it makes sense.
It's
I'm never met. Let me guess. Next Level is probably spelled NXT LVL.
No, it's like one word though. It's spelled correctly, but it's all one word.
Next Level.
Yeah.
Well, it is German. So
maybe I wish we had Dunks here because he would have loved this story. Ooh. Nike shuts down Artifact. There's a moment of silence for Artifact. An article written by Matthew Kish for the Oregonian. Artifact, the company that made digital collectibles, including sneakers, was shut down as Nike operations as of January 31st. Back in September 2024, Nike said that they were at least temporarily halting the production of non-fungible tokens or NFTs, the sort of digital collectible made by Artifact.
Tried to say that shit was stupid.
Dumb as shit.
You people are idiots! That's the what a joke!
I thought you got to laugh there.
we said that years ago. Like,
so you're paying for what again? Blockchains, blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, just say you buying nothing and you're happy with that.
Like the only way that it works is it has to be attached to something that you can actually physically, tangible. Yes, that you. It's like
this whole thing was like, oh, it's a blockchain, blah blah blah, and I was like, screenshot. I own it now too. Like it's like,
yeah, well, but that's like because
you gives a fuck.
You know what it makes me think of? Remember, like, so with like burning CDs, right?
Yeah.
You know how like some CDs, especially like in the mid to late 90s, they came with like the CD-ROM, like you could put it in the computer and it like unlocked music videos or something like that.
Yeah.
That made you have to go buy the CD so that way you could be like, hey, yeah, I can watch this music video, so I have access to watch this. But you had to get something tangible to be able to get it.
Yeah,
I don't. Again, common sense would be, why do I want to buy something that I can't? Like, I can't.
It's out there in the ether somewhere.
Who gives a shit?
And
like,
I can like show ownership but nobody cares.
Through what though?
Nobody cares.
Like that's why I said the whole NFT thing none of it.
It was a wave that everybody thought that was going to take off, and slowly but surely people came to their senses. Artifact said it would continue partnerships with video game companies to build virtual products, including in-game wearables. I gotta say this too, because I see my daughter. She's really into the what was that, Fortnite?
Yeah.
Back in the day, you had to beat certain levels in order to unlock shit.
Now you
can just pay for it.
Yeah, you just pay for it.
And that
take
just
the fun
takes
out of it.
Exactly. It's like. Now, mind you, I can't tell you how many controllers I broke from throwing it out of frustration.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
What?
Fuck!
Hey, look, it built up a callus.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you learn something
exactly
about yourself when you go through that type
Hey,
of
look, you didn't take the easy road.
Right. And look, don't be like one move away and then you die or something happens and it's like, you didn't got
especially
right there.
Especially before a game, you could save games.
But you had to go through those checkpoints.
You had to start all
the way back. It's that one. It was. I can tell you right now which one it was. It was the. I was playing GoldenEye, and I think it was the jungle. Because I vividly remember like having to cross the bridge, and it would be like those machine guns just waiting for you.
Yep, I'm seeing it right now.
Yeah,
machine guns.
And it was like you had to like, you know what I'm saying? It's like motherfucker.
Well, for me, it got to a point where it's like I knew where they were coming from.
Yeah,
because I died so many times.
But you know what I
trying
did?
to get there.
I remember we had
you had a Game Shark.
No, I had the cheat code to unlock the golden gun. It's like one shot, bye.
Hey, look, but you had to go find the code. So
yeah,
you couldn't just pay for the code.
Look, and the code, like you had to be right, left, down, up,
Yeah,
C
like,
button,
it's
whatever buttons.
It's like the Contra code.
Yeah.
Like you had to just know it. You know, you had to just be good at being able to unlock it. So,
Artifact made the announcement shortly after new CEO Elliot Hill started work. While Elliot hadn't spoken publicly about Artifact, recent company
he shut
announcement.
that shit down.
Oh yeah, immediately. He probably was the one to hit the switch.
Clean out your desk. You're gone.
Hey, he's
No
one
more
of
of that.
us.
Right.
He's one of us. Like this shit's stupid.
Like, look, if y'all quick enough, y'all can get in the car with John. He'll give you a ride. They just carpooling with John Donahoe.
He got all his NFTs in the car with him.
Right. Nothing but space in the back seat.
Saw pixelated shoes. It looked like the movie Pixels.
Yeah, that's right. It said recent company announcement suggests a return to a more traditional Nike playbook focused on athletes and sports. So, yeah.
Wait a minute. You know what's so great about that? To me, that shows in itself right there the culture shift that when John Donahoe came in, how it was supposed to be about, well, we're a technology company. We're not just a footwear and apparel company.
You know,
Motherfucker, you sell shoes and clothes. You are an apparel and footwear company.
That leads me to my whole thing, because there seems to be this thing where, like, if you are successful in one area, that success is going to translate to other areas, no matter what you do.
It can,
but you got to come in. You got to be self-aware enough to know that what you don't know.
Yep.
Two, you got to understand what it is that you're doing. You can't go to eBay and then bring eBay, or you can't go to Apple and then bring Apple to Nike. Like, that's not how that shit works.
Mm-hmm.
Apple is a tech company. Nike is a apparel and sneaker company. So two different things.
Yes.
And too often we think that first of all, we throw around the word genius a little too loosely a lot, but we think people's genius goes across the board. Like, okay, like he's a genius in this area, but he got to be a genius in every area. No, like,
well, was he really even? Because if I'm trying to remember, like, what was his like crowning achievement that he did?
Who, John?
Yeah,
wasn't it eBay?
It was eBay, but like what I'm trying to figure out though is what is it that he would have done that would have been so monumentous for eBay? Because like for a while, eBay was the only eBay.
I don't know. I don't know what he did exactly besides pass up on StockX.
Oh.
Yeah, honestly, I can't tell you. I have to look that up. But it's just funny to me that he came in there. We're not a sneaker company. We're a tech company. And it's like,
shut up, bitch.
Even the tech things that they try to get into that could have been cool, it's like they didn't. When you don't have direction,
exactly,
it's easy for those things to kind of flounder and fail. So, like, you know, the adapt lines, like that could have been something that you guys actually, you know, because like, okay, like that's the merging of tech and sneakers.
Yes.
Right. Like, so it's like that kind of makes sense as opposed to being like, okay, we're going to just abandon so let's abandon sports performance and focus on.
Yeah.
And it's like, that becomes the problem. But no, we haven't done in a while. We have not done 1-star sneaker store reviews.
Oh.
We have not done those in a while. I got a few. This one. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go state by state. Right? So we want an order. We start in Alabama. Now, you wouldn't think when you think
you got your accents ready?
Oh, I haven't done this in a while, man. I don't know. But it's funny though, because when you think of Alabama, you don't necessarily think sneakers.
Well, hey, look, I can tell you this much. Alabama,
I think John Deere before I think Sneakers.
Alabama doesn't have one of those 23 stores getting the band one, so guess
they don't.
Yeah. Well, hey, look. Well, so
shit.
I guess we're gonna find out what type of sneakerheads live there.
Sorry. So starting off with a bunch of Foot Lockers. These are all Foot Lockers. This is the Foot Locker on Bessemer Road in Birmingham, Alabama. Very poor customer service.
I wish you could give addresses because
I'm trying to be all right. Like I probably should have because I'm like, how many Foot Lockers are on Bessemer Road in Birmingham, Alabama? Probably just that one, right? So you could probably narrow it down.
Again, I know you talk about breaking the fourth wall, but it should be a picture like the Google review.
I'm gonna put it up on yeah. Because if anything, that'd be like, yo, like you was able to weed through the spelling to, very poor customer service. Was not once greeted or asked if I needed any help for sizes. Once I got toward the exit, taking my mask off in disappointment, I was asked, "Hey, big dog, need any help?" Like seriously? Negative stars. Very poor service and lack of caring for the workplace. Would never go here or recommend any good money-making citizens to ever shop here. Online would be better, or just another location. His name is Daddy Boo.
Damn, big dog.
Hey, big dog. So this 7 foot 4 inch man is with his mask on.
It's Daddy Boo.
Yeah, Daddy Boo. You got it, man.
Yeah, it's Daddy Boo.
If you're gonna take care of anybody, you gotta take care of Daddy Boo.
I mean, he wondered why nobody said anything to him.
Oh, this one is hilarious. I love the ones that are like real short and sweet and to the point. They ain't about money. They don't even answer the phone. Katie Hunter. That's it. Just straight to the point.
Go home to mommy. Go home. Bye. Go home to mommy. Go home to mommy. Tell her to tuck you in bed.
Is it the same Foot Locker?
Yeah. No, yep, same Foot Locker.
Damn.
Man,
What's going
on Bessemer Road?
What's going on Bessemer Road? Like, what's happening?
Get it together, Foot Locker.
Hey, can we get an employee from there to call in to the line?
Oh my God!
Like, can we please?
This Foot Locker sucks. Okay, all right. This Foot Locker is at the Galleria Circle in Birmingham, Alabama.
It sounds like this one should be a lot nicer.
It's long.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Came in to buy shoes with the birthday boy.
What?
With a birthday boy? That already, I thought we should be. Hold on. I didn't catch this when I wrote it. Came in to buy shoes with the birthday boy.
I feel like the
Today, Junior.
However you say that word,
androgynous.
Yes, that voice is perfect for a birthday boy.
I should do that one.
Yeah, you should talk about a birthday boy.
Okay. Came in to buy shoes with the birthday boy.
There you go.
While shopping, I received a call from my job. You know, the one that provides the money to shop at the store. I duck off into a doorway, not realizing that it was the doorway to the back room, which had no door. Obviously, my job is important, and I had to take the call. I moved to an area with less blaring music to hear what my boss was saying to me. An associate from the middle of the store started screaming about what I was doing and started telling me I didn't know what was in the boxes. I had just noticed that they were further in the doorway at this time. I showed him the phone and moved from the area I was in. He then proceeded to make himself as loud as possible, as if to accuse me of stealing. This is the problem with mortar and pestle stores. No, mortar and pestle stores. What's a mortar and pestle store?
Doesn't he mean brick and mortar?
That's what I thought too, but he said,
I mean,
mortar and pestle.
I mean, a mortar and a pestle is what you use to crush spices.
Mortar and pestle. No one wanted to be disrespected in the store. I understand I made an absent-minded mistake and can accept that. I've been a customer service and hospitality agent for over 20 years. Ooh, had to put his resume out there.
That's why his boss was calling him.
I know. If anybody knows about customer service and hospitality, it is this guy. This could have been handled completely differently and was an honest mistake on my part. I would never return to this Foot Locker. I will move my orders to the Oh, well, this part was funny. I will move my orders to the distributors themselves. Like he's gonna get it straight from Nike now. He's not even.
Man.
He's gonna just skip the middleman and just go straight for Nike or Adidas or whatever.
Man, them Under Armours you buying from Foot Locker really gonna hurt. Gonna hurt Foot Locker now.
I know.
Man, that's
the
$40
you spend a year.
Man, they gonna be hurting not getting that from him.
I was ready to spend a considerable amount of money here today. Now this is the part that fucks me up right here.
What's
now he starts off as saying the birthday boy, but then he says this. The individual I was with didn't even want to buy shoes anymore. So was it a child or a person you were just calling or referring to as a birthday boy?
Birthday boy.
But now at the end of the story, they went from birthday boy to just individual.
And they probably didn't want to buy shoes in there because that's one of the
20.
What
child?
That's one of the 23. That's one of the 23 stores that's not getting banned one. So of course they don't want to buy shoes ones. There. Yeah, sorry.
Get it right.
Only shoe that's banned is the 9s.
Yes, the banned 9s, the black and red ones. But it's crazy though because I'm guessing this had to be an adult because what child is what child gives a fuck about customer service to the point where they're like, you know what, I don't want shoes anymore, Dad.
Well,
they're there. They gonna want shoes regardless of the
no. What
service.
Probably happened is he probably told him like, "You're not getting anything from here just because of this."
Yeah. Oh, so he just
he made the call.
He transplanted his own feelings into his child. Just wanted to give them a piece of my mind. I have never experienced the worst experience at any retail store. Christopher Clark.
Man, look here, CC. Chris Clark.
CC.
Yeah.
I want to know who the birthday boy was.
Yeah, I just feel like it ain't that serious.
I feel like that's like cause for alarm.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you wrote a review because you happened to be walking towards the back room and they were basically telling you, like, you can't be back there, so you got mad.
Yeah.
Like, that's your fault.
This is the Foot Locker at McFarland Boulevard in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Oh, Tuscaloosa. That's where University of Alabama is at. Roll Tide.
The worst website to order shoes from. They took my money.
Ooh, StockX?
Shots fired. They took my money and sent an email 1 minute later telling me my order was canceled.
Sound like StockX.
That's right. I was looking at the wrong review.
You sure that's Alabama?
I know, right. Sounds like Detroit. Okay. They took my money and sent an email 1 minute later telling me my order was canceled and that it was going to take 5 to 7 business days to give me my money back. That's wrong. They wrong. They wrong for doing people like that.
It's Tuscaloosa.
I know he sounded so proper just a minute ago. And I was like, he just got like the streets came out of him. They shouldn't even have took my money off my card if they didn't have the product. I shouldn't have to wait 5 to 7 days to get my money back when they took it in 10 seconds. I will never shop with Foot Locker ever again. James Johnson. No, I know it to James Johnson. To JJ's point.
Yeah. I agree.
That does annoy me when you can take my money in seconds and then I gotta wait a week to get my money back.
But it's one of those things where it's like I know sometimes like what the bank will do is sometimes they might put a hold on it when you try and pay for something. But so I agree with JJ. I ain't mad at JJ.
Oh, this one is once again, it was one of those straight to the point ones. Very rude. The employees steal their shoes and they held on for themselves. Malaysia Sherman.
Oh, that's every shoe store now, isn't it?
I mean, I was gonna say. I mean, that sounds like every store.
That's what them 23 Jordan 1 stores gonna do.
Oh, this one. I think Foot Locker always has great styles. However, every Foot Locker I go in, feel like I'm the only white dude, and I never get any help at all. So I don't buy jack shit from there. JD.
Damn, JD.
JD. You feel some type of way.
Sorry, JD.
My bad, JD. I'm apologizing on Foot Locker's behalf.
Look, JD, maybe you should go to the one on Bessemer Road. You might get better customer service there.
I know. Can we send a gift card to a $50 gift card to JD? JD, send us your information and we'll make sure you get taken care of. Last one. This one is at the Foot Locker on Joe Treadwell Drive in Mobile, Alabama. Alabama.
It's Mobile.
All right.
That's where my family is from.
Is it?
I got my mom's side of the family is from Mobile, Alabama.
It makes me think of that line from Forrest Gump. And she need to go back to her home in Mobile, Alabama. That's after my man's put hands on her.
I've never been to Mobile, Alabama.
She is the worst, by the way. Every time I think of that movie, I just think about how Jenny was just the worst. The absolute fucking worst.
Oh no, Rose let Jack just die.
Are we doing a comparison?
I mean, I'm just saying, like
they're both horrible.
She literally just stared at him, just floating.
No, but at least she didn't almost give him AIDS. Like, think about it. She's after all the shit she did, she sleeps with this dude, then ghosts him, right? Then has the nerve to be pregnant, carry the baby, does not tell the man during the 9 months, during the birth, during the first 5 years of his life. And it's only when she realizes she has AIDS and she's going to die, that's when she decides to reach out. So ain't no telling, had she not known that she had AIDS, that she was going to ever tell him he had a kid.
Oh, she literally watched my man's die.
Or, because now I got to think.
She had plenty of room on that piece of wood to where they could have just swapped every 10 minutes.
I just feel like Jenny's was more diabolical because it's like, at least with Rose, okay, it's like life and death. It's like you in the moment. So you're not thinking.
In the moment? It took him forever to die. He was just there for like.
It's not in the moment. I mean,
he was there. That had to be about a good hour. Titanic by itself was about a 3.5 hour movie.
Is Rose trash? Yes, because like not only did you leave old dude.
She threw the.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm telling you, because you seen the deleted scene where he catches her. Man, I would have jumped in the ocean so fast.
I'm just trying to figure out, like with Titanic. You talk about just like it ruins the movie.
What?
The fact that she threw the necklace or what? Didn't she threw the thing?
Yeah, but this is the crazy part that kills me though, is that you've held on to like this thing that's worth like a gazillion dollars. Like, I would like to think like her daughter, I mean, they didn't look rich. Your husband had to work for 40 years. Retire from whatever job he had, and you had a gazillion dollars sitting in your drawer.
I would have threw Rose's ass over there.
Man, she would have went over with that necklace.
Yeah, nah, give me the necklace. She can go.
Yeah, I was gonna say keep the necklace with her. She died anyway, so it's like shit. Fuck it.
Yeah, but she threw the necklace. That's what I'm saying. It's like
her death would have been a lot more tragic than sleeping in her bed. I don't know. You know, I was asking producer, who do you think was worse? Rose from Titanic for not letting Jack on that board, or Jenny from Forrest Gump basically waiting till she had AIDS to let him know he had a kid? Everybody feels a way about that. And I can't blame them.
There was plenty of room on that board.
She just had to.
And she just sitting there watching them.
Yeah.
Not once did she say, "Hey Jack, like I can scoot over a little bit."
Yeah. Or let me like try to swim to another plank and then bring you over there.
Or like I said, hey, like I know it's cold in there. Like, why don't you get up? Like we'll just keep taking turns. That way you don't catch hypothermia or anything like that. Like,
nuts. But if you think about it though, they should have been called hypothermia.
Yeah, because they were outside. It was raining.
Well, no, cold. Because they were all up in the ship getting wet.
What?
Wow.
Like, think about it.
It was the 20s, so who knows what's going on.
So
on
like
that
they should have been cold. Granted,
True.
It was inside the ship, so maybe the ship was warm. But when you're completely drenched in water, like, and then you go outside, as soon as you hit that air.
Yeah. The iceberg air.
Yeah. So, I mean.
I'm sorry. I know this isn't a history podcast.
Yeah.
That's just crazy to me that iceberg, and they didn't know, or the captain was too stubborn to say, hey, yeah, maybe we should try and see if we can go around it. You wait so late to be like, oh shit, there's an iceberg there that we can't make it past.
So as a Titanic aficionado, because I swear to God, I read everything on that shit. What happened? Okay, so it's like everything that could have went wrong. So typically icebergs, they come from the north and they float a certain distance before they melt off, right? The Titanic actually did try to go below that, but it just so happened that the iceberg field met them there anyway. you got to remember too, the radio warnings, they had a different code. It wasn't SOS, it was something else. It was a lot of things that happened. Like that night, the waves, usually you can see the waves crashing along the base, but it was like, from all accounts, it was like still water.
Yeah.
So it's crazy to see the ocean being still like that. You know what I'm saying? That's eerie. And so that's why you wouldn't see it until you right up on it, because they say like it's pitch black out there. I mean, I've never been on the ocean, but like I know driving home along Jefferson, looking at the water, it's pitch black. You can't see shit.
Yeah, so it's funny you bring that up. That actually does kind of creep me out and scare me a little bit.
That creeps me out. Like that's why I would never be on a cruise.
like no, just to like you said, driving along Jefferson at night, like, and just having to look up like, oh shit, there's water over there. Like if I just swerve over just a little bit, that's it.
But the water's shallow though. I mean, it's like knee deep.
Yeah, but again, shut up.
Deep for you.
Shut up.
Well, my point is like it's crazy though. Like I mean, because somebody asked me if I would ever go to cruise. I'm like, fuck no. First of all, I see Titanic. Secondly, like the idea of being surrounded by that type of pitch blackness to me, and plus I don't know how I would react on the ship. I feel like I would get seasick, and that would just
Like I want to go on a cruise just because, like, shit, the free food, well, not free food, but all of the food, the drinking, the parties and different things that go on. Like, I'm like, that looks fun, but no, you're exactly right. That's the part that always creeps back in my mind is like, well, not even just nighttime, just regular.
Yeah.
I'm just out on the water.
Just out there.
Like, that's...
If something happened, it's like, yo, we are fucked. Like,
yeah, that's a... Like, I were... And because you've flown across the world.
That was nerve-wracking, too, by the way.
Yeah, when you look down and you like, fuck, it's water. And you... Fuck, the water's still there.
Yeah, like...
And you just keep looking down. It's like, okay, where's the land at?
I feel that way when I fly to New York, because, they got to go over... And, like, because that airport is, like, right there off the water. It's like, even flying in there, it's like, shit. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I do not like it.
The ocean is... No. To me, the ocean is a scary place.
Very scary. Yeah. It's not a place I want to go. That and Australia. Those are the two places I just don't want to venture into. Everything there, it's like Jumanji in real life. Everything there can kill you. They got like 3-foot spiders. Like, bro, like who the fuck?
Yeah, but they got kangaroos.
I feel like I would have to have a can of Raid in a holster like a gun at all times.
Yeah, that spider gonna eat that shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, give me
more.
more.
Gonna lick his lips and just continue charging at me.
Yeah, but you got kangaroos in there.
Even they try to kill you. Do you know how they kill you? They lure you into the water and try to drown you.
I thought they just claw you to death.
They probably do that too.
Because they got those claws, and I just wanted to see a kangaroo boxing gloves.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not real.
It can be real.
That's crazy.
You wouldn't try and put boxing gloves on a kangaroo?
Why? I don't want to be nowhere near a kangaroo. They really got hands like that. I'm straight.
I don't know. The one dude, the one video, that kangaroo he ate that punch and just stood there. And my man was able to run off with his dog.
Dude, that's the scary part. The fact that a grown man punched a kangaroo and he ate it.
I bet you that kangaroo came back the next day. Meet me outside the flagpole.
Man, I'm good on that. I don't know. Australia is real life Jumanji, and I'm straight. Everything there can kill you.
I mean, the spiders. The spiders, yeah. I feel you on the spiders because I do not.
Like, think about it. They got sharks circling on every side. They got, I'm guessing they got gators and crocs. They got lizards. They got Komodo dragon. They got all types of snakes, bugs. Everything there can kill you. They even got plants that can kill you there. I'm good.
I heard they got good food though.
I'll take your word for it. What? Really though?
Oh, yeah, I heard.
I've heard like when has somebody ever eaten Australian? Like Chinese, Mediterranean, Mexican. What would be an Australian cuisine?
Oh, I can't remember what it was. No, I heard they do have some really good food there though. That'd be the only reason I want to go.
I don't know if it's worth it.
But see, would it be in Australia? I'd probably be the type to be like, all right, let's just.
First of all, that's a 30-hour flight.
Let's just go to the airport and just stay there. So that way I never have to walk outside. Because like you say, with the 3-foot spiders, I feel like I might feel a little bit safer just being in the airport.
They getting past security, bro. Like, I'm straight.
They might be working security.
Man, right. I'm good. I know. First of all, it's a 30-hour flight. There's no, I cannot, I'm not in a car for 30 hours, let alone an airplane.
That's a long flight.
That's a long ass flight.
I remember I was getting pissed off with a 5-hour flight.
I don't know if I don't know if you in the air for 30 hours. I'm guessing
it don't matter.
Yeah.
Shit, I feel like you could be in, well, where you gonna land at?
At the airport.
Yeah, but what? Like a 30-hour flight from where?
I mean, I'm guessing you land in some other country or something. I want to say it's not a direct flight.
Yeah, like, well,
I just say this. As far as countries to go, I'm very nervous about going to other countries, especially where like I don't know the language.
What country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what? What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Because it's just, there's a level of vulnerability to that because that not only do I not know the language, but I don't know the area. I don't know nothing. I am completely at the mercy of everybody and everything.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that because even when I went to London, right? Okay, they at least spoke English, so I understood.
They speak English in Australia,
but not everything can kill you in the UK as it is. The worst thing I had to deal with in the UK was just bland food.
They got meat pies. That's what they got.
They got the blandest food in London. I don't.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
It's a wonder that Gordon Ramsay knows how to cook because I swear it's like
he's probably the only one.
Right. I've never had bland universally too. Like no matter where you went, it was bland food.
Well, the sad thing is that's all I've ever heard about the food in England. Like anybody that's ever traveled there, whether it's been somebody that I know personally or like when people get on like TV, podcasts, whatever, everybody says like, yeah, the food just don't taste like it's got seasoning.
I got steak. Like no matter what I got, it was bland. This one dude even had the nerve to sit there and say he was from Tennessee. And I called bullshit immediately. So I'm like, there's no fucking way. I tasted the food. I was like, there's no you from Tennessee. They will forego health for flavor in Tennessee. This ain't it, my guy.
I just don't know, how do you make food bland? Like,
bruh, they found
like
a
way. I just don't know how.
Even a steak, like I'm like, bruh,
which typically a steak, like
that steak tasted like water, no flavor. I can't tell you the last time I doused the snake with A1 sauce. Doused it.
It was that bad,
dude. It was like I have to have flavor. It was just like I'm chewing blandness.
Did you get you a full English breakfast when you was there with the beans on toast?
No. But I did. Like I just fish and chipped myself to death there. Like once I established that it wasn't gonna get any better than that.
To me, that's the funniest thing though. Is I feel like the American of all of us is like, well, that's the safest thing that we know.
Yeah, it's just like no, fish and chips. Like I stuck with that. Healthy diet of fish and chips. It was just funny because if you watch anybody that's from the UK come over here and try like barbecue for the first time, you can see their fucking brains explode because it's like they're not used to any flavor. So the fact that they tasting flavor for the first time.
Well, I was going to say, honestly, anything that they come over here and eat, because I don't know the one podcast that I watch on YouTube, the two British guys, and they come over to
It might be
America.
the same people.
I know they had the episode where they came to Detroit and they were at Louis eating pizza, and they were like,
Louis?
Yeah. That's where they went to. Hey, you don't like Louis?
I'm saying there's some better spots in Detroit they could have went.
Where would you have taken them to, pizza-wise?
There you go. Producer said he agrees with me.
Where would you have taken them to?
First of all, we would have went to Pizza Populous. If I was going to go to a pizza place, I'd either went there or
it was to eat Detroit-style pizza, though. So, I mean, there's only a handful of places that you can go. Even though I do love some Pizza Populous, though. Pizza Populous is fire.
We would have went to Moots or Pizza Populous. Now, granted, Moots is New York style. Pizza Populous is Chicago style. So if you're talking Detroit, I guess Green Lantern. But that's not a restaurant, though. I guess you would have to go to Buddy's. If you had to go to, and I don't even like Buddy's.
What about what's Clover? Was that Cloverleaf? That's probably where I would have picked.
I wouldn't even know if that would have registered.
Good, though.
I don't know if that would have registered in my mind.
Louis is good, though. Louis is the only Detroit-style pizza I've ever had.
Yeah.
Where it's like I'll eat one slice and I'll be like, all right, I don't want any more.
I tell you what, I would have took him to get some chicken. Look at the J's.
Oh, okay.
Put that crack on.
Of course.
Crack on top.
I thought you was gonna say crispy crunchy in the gas station.
Oh hell, bro, stop. No,
there are some where it's like
producer like, hey, shit.
Yeah, just
ain't bad.
Just don't go back to the freezer and see
like,
sit in the bucket.
I'm not above going to, there's been times I've been on road trips and I ain't necessarily looking to stop at a 5-star restaurant. I just need something to get me on my way. Some chicken strips and a biscuit, goes a long way. I'll admit. Yeah, you got me wanting the crispy crunchy. No, I gotta go to work after this.
I mean, you got plenty of options on Jefferson. Like it's
everything closed.
Oh,
Sunday 8:00.
Well, crispy crunchy chicken in the gas station on Jefferson.
There's like one new gas station
open.
I want to just go in there just to walk around.
What?
Like one. It's like over there by Shane Park, off of Jefferson.
It's a new one over there?
Yeah, it's like real big. It's right next to the 7-Eleven, which is crazy. Because 7-Eleven was like the new nice thing.
Yeah, they tore it. Well, I know
and now the gas station is the new nice thing. It makes 7-Eleven look
I know the scoop
like
on that
trash.
gas station. That's the sad part.
Uh-oh. So I shouldn't stop there.
No, it's not that. It's how it why it was getting rebuilt.
Why?
I'm not gonna say it on air what it could be because I might be held liable for that.
Oh, god damn it. Okay.
The rumor is it was an insurance job.
It was money well spent because I swear that gas station is immaculate.
I've
never been impressed with a gas station before.
I didn't know they had rebuilt it for it to look like that because I remember what that BP, what it used to like.
Yeah, I remember what it looked like too.
Yeah,
I drove past it and I thought, matter of fact, the last time we recorded, last Sunday, and I drove, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I knew they were rebuilding it, but I didn't know it was gonna be like that. Well, we got sheets on the west side now.
They built it?
Yeah.
They passed it? Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's two of them.
I thought
there's two of them now because there's one in Taylor.
Yeah.
That they just built, I think, a couple months ago.
I thought they denied, or was that somewhere else?
No, that was the one on the west side that you're thinking of overall.
Okay. So they approved it?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that one because that's over by me.
Never in a million years I think I'll be that impressed over a gas station, but here we are.
I mean, I still haven't been to Buc-ee's and I want to go.
I'm more impressed with that than I am with the Jordan 1 marketing. But anyway, the last review. This one is coming from the Foot Locker at Joe Treadwell Drive in Mobile, Alabama. I am almost positive I have never stepped foot in the store. I hate buying shoes, and I have been that way most of my life.
Then why you leave a review?
Listen to this. Listen to his last part. I am 63 and I've never been athletic. Stacy Steiner.
Wait, so is the review for you or for the shoe?
She just wanted to give her 2 cents. Like she's never been in the store. She's 63 and never been athletic.
What, is she from the Appalachian Mountains? Like she one of the mountain people. She gotta be.
Steiner. That's the SS. Cut it out.
Come on, Stace.
She just wanted to give her 2 cents. She had she had nothing
How
but time.
How did she leave the review? Because if she's 63, she never been athletic and
you know
never
what
been in the store.
This is probably some old lady who kids have to keep track of her cell phone because they know that she'll just get on there and just go crazy. And they probably left it on the table one day and she just fucking picked it up. And Foot Locker just happened to be the first thing on Google that day.
I'm pretty sure her house don't have internet.
And she probably has dial-up.
She got a landline.
She probably got like, what's that, Boost Mobile or something.
She's probably the only person still got a fax machine.
She just wanted to just give her 2 cents. Like it wasn't even about. She's never even been to the store. She just.
So
there was not a review of the store at all.
It was.
She just wanted to let you know she's never been there.
So how did?
Let's read this one more time. I am almost positive I've never stepped foot in the store.
So she had to think about it.
Right.
So there's a chance she has stepped foot inside of a store before.
I hate buying shoes, and I have been that way most of my life. I'm 63, and I've never been athletic. There is not one bit of information about the store.
That's why I said, hey, Stacy, that's a 1-star review on you.
Cut it out, Stacy. Cut it out. Like, there's nothing about the store. There's no info. There's nothing. There's nothing I can just yield about the store. So I don't know if this is a good store or not. I just know that Stacy's never been there.
Well,
and that she's not athletic.
She's not sure. She can't remember.
She can't remember going.
But she can remember leaving that review.
But she's positive. She said she is pretty positive she's never stepped foot in that store. And she don't even like buying shoes. So she's barefoot.
Not athletic.
Not athletic, and she's
old.
63.
Yeah.
And from the sounds of it, it sounds like she smokes cigarettes.
Who am I kidding? The one I should be talking to is the one who's always been there for me. My cigarette.
Well, that's from The Sound of You.
No, that was her. That was her
That
review.
that was her?
Review. That was
Okay.
her. That was really her. I was just playing audio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a puppet master.
Man, that's crazy, right? That AI is crazy. But
Stacy's really a black man with a beard.
Stacy Steiner. Anyway, that's gonna live with me. I swear to God.
How do you leave? How do you leave?
I want to go to Mobile, Alabama, just to visit this one Foot Locker.
I feel like I want to tell them, like, hey, you guys want to hear you guys' best review?
I know. Yes, I know. Can we do that? I'm gonna submit all these to Foot Locker. Anyway, this is episode 328.
We just gonna roll with that as a number.
Hey, man, it's like going back to the gym. You gotta build that momentum back up. But once again, shout out to the Detroit podcasting company for this immaculate studio. Shout out to our producer. I guess he used the tiebreaker for the Rose versus Jenny debate. So
I mean, they both a bunch of bitches.
They could both go to hell. And where they can all three of them go to that Foot Locker with Stacey Steiner, get her some nice shoes.
Well, she don't know if she done been there.
That's true.
She can't remember.
Well, I mean, even if she did go there before, she can't remember. This would be her first time for her anyway.
Yeah, well,
at least the first time that she remembers.
She don't like buying shoes.
That's true. So I had to find something else. Anyway, this is episode 328, Sneaker Boss Podcast. We'll see you guys next week. We out. Peace.